Hello! It's Luann Pygate in my kitchen and my makeup. I really hate this mouth. It's ridiculous. This is Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn. This is the makeup I did earlier. If you want to watch me do some fun Halloween makeup, go to my earlier live. But right now, we're cooking. We're baking. And this is what I'm going to bake. Brand new recipe. Pumpkin cream cheese swirl muffins. There's a picture. I have never made them before. Gonna try to make them now. Okay, so let me bring this over here, flip it around. See if Harley Quinn can cook. She can. She can bake. She can do it all. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh, I'm losing my... I try real hard not to lose my stuff here. Okay, here's my bowl. So we are gonna start with this recipe. What does it tell us to do? We're going to preheat the oven to 375. Let me turn that on real fast. So I got that on. Turn on this other light. And then we're going to medium bowl. We're going to whisk flour, pumpkin spice, baking soda, and salt to a combined set aside. Okay, so let's do it in this because that's going to make it easier for me to pour. So we're not starting with the bowl. We're going to start with that. And we're going to put in the flour. Okay, so it calls for 1 3/4 cups of flour. Okay, here's my flour. 1 3/4 cups. Get that out. Here's 1 cup. Now, what I do with the flour, I don't bother to sift flour. The recipe doesn't even say, but you don't want really tightly packed flour. You want it sort of light. So take a whisk, just like that, and stir your flour gently. And that will lighten it up. It does the same thing as sifting. There you go. How fast and easy was that? Just do that. Okay, so then we need a cup of flour. Get a knife. Going to lightly get it scooped in here. Still, you don't want to pack it again. Take you a knife. Clean it off. So it takes 1 3/4. So there's our cup. And I actually even have... Oh, I just lost them. There they go. That's a 3/4 cup measuring cup. I love that. Okay. I just got these measuring cups. And they have these extra nifty sizes here. Okay, there's 1 3/4 cups of flour. We'll put away the flour. Then we're going to add... It says pumpkin spice. I'm assuming they mean pumpkin pie spice. I've always called it pumpkin pie spice, but that's what we're using. And that calls for a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. So here's my tablespoon and my spice. Come on. Doesn't want to dump out. Trying not to suddenly get a ton. Okay, tablespoon. I took most of that. Then we're going to use, put that back up, a teaspoon of baking soda. Teaspoon of baking soda. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I always strain my salt because I have little bits of rice in there to keep my salt from getting wet. Old Florida trick in the humidity. Okay, so then you have that. And then you stir it, and so let's combine. So I'm just going to use that whisk and stir these dry ingredients anyway. Okay. That's all together. Then, dropping my knife, hold on. Then, it says, in a large bowl, whisk together pumpkin, sugar, and brown sugar. Okay, so we're going to put, this is interesting that they start with the pumpkin. So here we're going to go here. I'm making sure I'm doing this right. It says you can whisk it together. Beat in X. Now we're going to beat. Okay. So, I'm wondering why it says whisk. Let me move this out there. Okay, pumpkin. 1 can of pumpkin. That's not pumpkin pie filling. It's just plain old pumpkin. So this is, there you go, 100% pure pumpkin. put that in your bowl of your mixer. I love pumpkin. All stuff made with pumpkin. I've made pumpkin pie. I've made pumpkin cake with cream cheese frosting. If you like those things, you can go watch me make those on my previous lives too. I also like this one recipe that Paula Deen does called pumpkin ooey gooey butter cake. I don't know if you've ever made an ooey gooey butter cake. Oh, they're good. They're also insanely fattening, but they're good. And yep, they all have a bunch of butter in them. Okay. This is supposed to make 18 cupcakes. All right, there we go. There's our pumpkin. So it says to add that with the sugar and the brown sugar. Okay, so the granulated sugar, we want a cup of sugar. That's regular white sugar. Measuring that the same as the flour. The white sugar, only you don't have to sift it or stir it with the whisk. And then we're going to do half a cup of brown sugar. My container of brown sugar. Now, brown sugar you want to tightly pack into the measuring cup because that is the standard way of measuring brown sugar. Oops, okay. Okay. Tightly packed in there. Brown sugar. That's light brown sugar. All right, pumpkin and both sugars. Okay, so then we're going to raise our bowl and mix that together. All right, that was too high. Splattered me right in the eye. That was fun. Okay. I think I have pumpkin on my lashes now. All right, I've never made this before. It's a little sloshier than I expected. Okay, so let's do next. We're going to beat in the eggs. Okay, so it takes 2 eggs. Okay, here's 1 egg. It doesn't say to do them one at a time, but generally you do, so I'm going to do them one at a time. Notice I'm not turning it on real high anymore. All right, no more, try no more sloshies. It didn't actually slosh. It didn't, you know, it didn't even come up to the sides of the bowl, but it splattered. Okay. Egg number 2. This looks pretty simple, and you don't have to ice it. I love that because it has cream cheese, like cheesecake in it. A little faster, not much. Oh, not that fast. All right, there we go. Okay, so now, so I've had the eggs, the vegetable oil, and the vanilla extract. Okay, so I'm using canola oil, and it calls for a half a cup of oil. So here, there you go. It's my half a cup of oil. This is usually what I do when I do oil. I take the little measuring cup and like balance it up here and let it drip for a minute. I try to get it where it's like not that rickety. That way I don't have to hold it. Hopefully that's going to work. You know, when you do stuff on live, everything collapses. So let's see how that goes. Then I'm going to get the vanilla ready. So I need a tablespoon of vanilla. Okay, that's a lot of vanilla. A lot of vanilla, but that's okay. Vanilla's really good. So I got a brand new in here. I'm opening it. Hold on. And that should pretty much be enough oil dripping. So let's remove that. Get my tablespoon. Just had cinnamon in it. Or not cinnamon, it had pumpkin pie spice in it. So that's what that is. That's pumpkin pie spice. Now that one's empty. And then let me get the other one here and finish it off. This is real vanilla. I do not like artificial vanilla. It tastes bitter to me. I love real vanilla. Real vanilla is expensive, but it's worth it. Okay, so that's that oil and vanilla. So that's going to be real sloshy. Okay, now we're going to add the flour mixture, and it says we're going to mix that until there are no lumps. So I'm just going to pour all the flour in. Flour, baking soda, salt, and pumpkin pie spice. Trying to get it to all come out of here. There, I think I got it now. There we go. Now, turn it on slowly. Now it won't be hopefully as sloshy. Okay, you know what? That looks just like pumpkin pie filling, doesn't it? Okay, so now it says to take the batter and fill your muffin tins 3/4 of the way full. So we're going to do that. Let me take this off of here. I have so many measuring cups over here. I'm knocking everything over. Here, let me turn this. There we go. I think you can see. I'm just cleaning off the beater. Cleaning it off. My hands are really clean. I just washed them. I don't like to leave any batter on there. I'm not going to waste that. It's perfectly yummy. We're not wasting it. Okay. There we go. I'm going to take some of these tomorrow after church. Take these to my mom. We eat lunch together. So that's how I am making muffins and not getting fatter, and how I'm losing weight, because I'm not eating them all. They're not all for me. Okay, so there we go. Now here is how I do muffins, so, to get them, try to get them the same. So it said 3/4 of the way full. Let's see what that's going to be. Like that, maybe? We'll see here. So I'm using the ice cream scoop. I love doing it this way because you don't have to get so messy to use it. There we go. Once I figure out what kind of how much to put in it, I'll be all set. Now I have a recipe similar to this that uses chocolate cake, only it doesn't have eggs in it. It's really interesting. This one has eggs, but it has this cream cheese, like cheesecake filling. Oh, they're like the best things ever. They aren't the prettiest looking things, the chocolate ones. They kind of look like mud, but oh, they're so good. I wonder if I'm going to need more muffin papers. It said 18, so I just filled 18 of them, but, well, let's see. Trying to top these off a little bit. Figure how full I got them. A bit more in that one. That one. That one. Okay, there's that one. Those are done. Now let's get, I did 6 more, but it might do more. If it does more, that's just that much the better. We'll just do more then. That 3/4 of the way full, you know, trying to estimate that. Well, you see how easy that comes out? Look. I know it's probably backwards to the phone here. Not that you've never seen an ice cream scoop before. Let's do it this way. Just pushes it out so nice. Look at that. This is the best way, the fastest way to do this. Yeah, I definitely have leftover here. Okay, I've got more papers. Hold on. Let's, how many more papers I have? Well, I have 2 here. There's a start. Let's see if I got more up there. That one. It's kind of a heavy batter. Put it in here, it goes splat. Splat. Okay, I'm easily entertained. All right, let me see if I got any more. Do I have any more papers? I know I have this other kind that are kind of too big. Oh, scratched my hand too. And I don't see any more papers. Oh, hello. Papers up there. What was that from? That's a lid off of something. Just dove out of there at me. All right, let's get these other papers. These are a little too big, but they'll still work. Gotta have something. Okay, let's put this in here. It'll hold it right down. There you go. I think I can do like 1 more. Let's try 1 more. So that means what, 20? Oh, that's a nice even number. I'll accept that. Okay. Let me get the batter scraped out of the bowl and out of the scoop. Okay, here we go. Some more there. There too. Then I'm going to wash this bowl real quick because we're going to make the filling. The cream cheese cheesecake kind of filling. And I'm just going to use this bowl again. Okay, there. I think that'll do it right there. Okay. So just give me a moment here. I usually always wash this by hand anyway. I don't usually put this cake mixer bowl in the dishwasher. It's kind of big, takes up the whole dishwasher. And tall. So I always wash this by hand. Alright, there we go. Now let me rinse it. So then what we're going to put while I'm drying, let me read this. What we're going to put in there is 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1 large egg yolk, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Whoa, that's a lot of vanilla again. I don't know who made this recipe, but they apparently were a little addicted to vanilla. But that's okay. We're going to do what they said. I love vanilla, so that's perfectly fine. I'm going to cook anyway. All right, here we go. Let me dry out my mixing bowl. Okay, so we're going to put that back over here. me get my cakes out of the way. And my beater. If you have one of these KitchenAid mixers, get this beater. I think you have to order it separately. I don't think KitchenAid makes it. It's got like a rubber edge, and it scrapes the bowl as you go. You don't have to scrape the bowl ever. It scrapes it for you. The best piece ever that I've bought was that separate attachment. Okay, so we're going to do 8 ounces of cream cheese, which I've got that over here. And it says, beat the cream cheese until smooth. Then you're going to add the other stuff and beat till combined. Okay, so let's do that real quick. Here is 8 ounces of cream cheese. That's really sticking to the package. Really sticking. Then I'm going to scrape it off the package, because that's a lot. It's because it got real soft. Well, I've got the oven on and everything in here, and it's Florida. So it's still being like 85, 90 degrees. Come on. It's not fall here, it's fummer. That's summer with an F. Fummer. Okay, here we go. I made that up. There we go. Now we're going to beat that till smooth. Let me raise it up. Here we go. There we go. Now it takes a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. It's interesting to me that it uses granulated sugar, because sometimes, you know, like cream cheese icing uses powdered sugar, but this is more like a cheesecake, so yes, it would use granulated sugar. Here we go. 1/4 cup white sugar. Then it says an egg yolk. Interesting, not the whole egg. Apparently just the egg yolk. Okay. Sure. The egg. So here's, let me show you how I do egg. Let me show you how I do this. You like to separate eggs? I have all kind of gadgets that do this. I have egg separators. I've used the shell. I've used all kind of things. This is my favorite way. I saw this on a cooking show one time. Use your clean hands. Crack open your egg. Whether you're using the yolk or the whites, whatever you want. Dump it into your hand. Let the white fall through your fingers and hold the yolk. See how it falls underneath? You can even help it, pull it, but hold the yolk in your hand. Look at that. That way you don't risk cutting it on those separators and it doesn't slip through because it's in your hand. You're like controlling it. My favorite way to separate eggs. There you go. Saw it on TV. Cooking show one time, and I'm like, ew. But then I tried it, I'm like, okay, I see why she's doing it. That's really fast and easy. And it's less, I think it's less risky. Okay, at least for me. Beat the egg yolk. Then it says 2 teaspoons, yes, 2 of vanilla extract. 1. If you like vanilla, this is going to be the recipe for you. 2. Okay, there we go. I think I have egg yolk all over my counter here. Hold on. Even though I had that little bowl, I apparently didn't get it all in the bowl. Okay, here we go. Mix. there is our little cream cheese swirl filling. Now, I'm going to take this down, clean that off, and we're going to go back to these, and we're going to fill them. It says use a tablespoon of filling and put it in the middle of each one. I'm going to show you how my favorite way to do that, similar to how I filled the muffin cups with the ice cream scoop. You use a miniature ice cream scoop. Now I have a couple of lumps of cream cheese on this beater, so I'm going to get a whisk and whisk that in because I don't want to like throw that away. It just got stuck to the beater, so it didn't get really mixed. It really won't hurt anything, but I'll mix it in. Let me get that off my fingers though. Now you can do something else with that egg white if you want, whatever you want. Cook it, make a little miniature meringue for something, I don't know. Okay, let's mix those little bit of lumps in that were on the beater. Then here is what you do is you get this. That's a 1 tablespoon size miniature ice cream scoop. And that way I can measure a tablespoon. Easy peasy. And it says just drop it on there. And then you're going to get a toothpick and swirl it. Now the ones that I make with the chocolate, they don't have you swirl it. They just have you leave it like this. So this will be interesting. A little slightly different. Hopefully these don't raise up too much because this is getting full. But it actually made 2 more than the recipe says, so I think I'm following the recipe. Okay, there's the first batch. I'm just going to move you over there. Let me get my second ones. I should have gone ahead and made 2 dozen, but oh well. What am I at, 22? Yep, I'm at 22. That's how many I have. Now tomorrow, I'm going to come on in the morning and cook lunch. And I'm making a new recipe for that too. I'm just so into new recipes right now. You know, once in a while I get tired. And I don't want to just make something new. I want to make a bunch of stuff new. Like, oh, what else can be new? What else can be new? What else? Because it's so good to have something new. I just keep going with more new, more new, more new. I've been doing this for several weeks now. Every Sunday. What else new? What else new? So tomorrow, I'm going to make a meatloaf called Italian meatloaf. And it has both beef and sausage in it. And it's now, the only thing about meatloaf is I don't put in the bread. Because to me, that makes meatloaf mushy. If you don't like mushy meatloaf, don't put in the bread. So I'll just put in extra meat instead of the bread. Real nice and hearty that way. And so the way my mother always did it my whole life. She never put in bread because my dad didn't like it that way. It's really good. Now we have a whole lot left in here, so I'm going to top some of this off here. Uh-oh. I'm making a mess. That one didn't get very much right there. And it has Italian, well, it says mozzarella cheese, but I'm putting Italian cheese blend on top. And it has like spaghetti sauce both in it and on it. Gonna be interesting. And I'm gonna serve that. I'm just gonna make some like potatoes, like roasted potatoes in the oven. Let's see what else we have over here on this other one. I'm gonna make some green beans and some peas because I don't like green beans. But other people do, so. Let's see, what else we got here? How about that one? Okay, that's pretty good right there. And then this is going to be our dessert. And I will taste test one of these tonight. Well, we got to make sure it's not poison, right? All right, so now, a little toothpick. Now these will bake at 375. Well, it just closed right up. 375. Oh, come on. I can't get it to come out. They all want to come out, and none of them are coming. 375 for 18 to 20 minutes. Okay, so it says, take a toothpick and swirl. Well, there we go. Swirl. Uh-oh, look, I got a big old glop here on the pan. How'd you do that? Get off of there. Here we go. Got a big old glop over here too. Kind of made a mess. You don't really want to mix this now. You just want to swirl. Okay. I think it kind of really doesn't matter. Just, you know, mix it slightly. Just winging it here. It said in this recipe, go to my video to see how I did it, but I've got it printed out on a piece of paper. Okay, go to the video. But you know, this is swirling. Kind of pulling up from the bottom a little. I'll go watch the video afterwards. See if I'll go hunt it up. See if I did it right. If I didn't, too late. Okay, this one, you just want to lift some of the batter on top and pull some of the cream cheese through. Okay, there's that one. That doesn't really look real pretty, but don't worry about that. That is not gonna matter. It'll be pretty when it comes out. That's even what it says in the recipe. It'll be pretty when it's done. There was a weird spot there. I don't know what that speck of something was, but we're getting that out. Okay. Probably a spice. Probably pumpkin pie spice. Okay. You seeing what I'm doing, kind of? Yeah, there you go. Camera. We on camera. Okay. It's still fall, y'all. I need something else pumpkin to make. I've done pie, cake, and now we got the cream cheese muffins. I could do Paula Deen's pumpkin ooey gooey butter. To that, that's too many calories. Oh, it's so good. These, by the way, when you make 18 of them, are 200 calories a piece. That's really about average for a piece of cake. From what I've been looking up. Depends on the cake. But for having this cream cheese in there, that's not too terrible. Putting any icing on it. You don't put any icing on it, that cuts down so many calories. Now these actually say they're muffins. But to me it looks like cupcakes. I think they're pumpkin cupcakes. But we're going to find out if they taste more like a muffin. Muffin's not as sweet as a cake, but hey, I will eat either one. That's good. Pumpkin is good either way. There we go. Now into the oven. There's my oven. Into the oven we're going to go. Set my timer and I will show you the picture later. And you can join me again tomorrow morning. And we will make the Italian meatloaf and see how that turns out. Here we're going to set our timer. Let's try the 18 minutes. And we will check. Okay, there we go. Y'all have a good night. And I will see you again later. Bye.